Will our bond deepen now? Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that that's the thing that's just going to be there forever, right? Like, it's going to take us, like, a month.
Yeah, it's hard to deepen Sajira bond for reasons I can't understand. What's really nice is that, like, this video hasn't... Like, none of the Persona 5 series has gone up yet. So right now... Oh, why did I make that? I meant to do a lockpick. Damn, I'm a fool. I think I just made it to where I... Damn, I'm stupid. But yeah, so none of the Persona 5 series has gone up yet, so I'm now able to just play the game without wondering how the comments hate how I play the game.
All right.
Oh, we can take guesses if you want.
I don't think people like how I'm skipping through dialogue. That's a given.
Oh, dude, I think you'd be skipping a lot more through dialogue, honestly.
Yeah, I think I'm being generous.
Like, do you want to hand me the controller?
If you want to read for 90 hours, play a 90-hour game.
Yeah, like, the fact that you're not just fast-forwarding through all that,
Yeah.
like, that's how I would be doing it.
He's just, Morgana is telling me to go get a girlfriend.
Yeah, see, like, things like these, I'm like, yeah, you know, it's not that important, probably. If it's important enough, they would just do a flashback for it later. And I'll just figure it out then. Alright, school time.
Do you know the name of this theorem named after this number? It's the four-color theorem.
Correct.
Pog.
I actually just knew that one. Do you know what this is? It's just that you can make all these things without colors touching.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Hey.
It's just this yellow does not touch yellow at all on this image is what it's saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant just, like, outlining. I'm like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't fill that with four colors. I agree.
Yeah, like, you probably put a couple more colors in there, honestly.
Personally, I would put some green in there.
Yeah, there's a really good job on the outlining. You know, they use a solid black color. Easy to see. Distinguishable by the eye. Alright. Now that we've understand
I'm
math,
gonna go train. Okay.
I'm gonna go car.
I really like Ryuji's opening lines. Just, like, he doesn't necessarily invite me in the first text, but only in the subsequent text.
He tells you what he's gonna go do.
Yeah. If you want to come, that's on you.
I want to go game, Jacob. If you want to join in, then hop in the call yourself.
Alright, so, you know, Ryuji was on the old track team. Now the track team is being mean. I'll shut them up now.
Dude, how did the track team bully?
Like, what
You're
are
the
they...
track team, dog.
Bro, hey, Ryuji, race you to the Coke machine and back.
I get it, because he's not on the track team.
Yeah. And he's like, huh, I'll order you a drink, and then I'll drink it, and you won't be there by the time I drink it, because I'm so fast, I'll be so ahead of you.
Hey, Jacob.
Yeah?
I'll be back real quick. Oh, good fuck. Hey, Ryuji.
All right.
See, yeah, no, I really don't see the track players doing much better insults. I don't know.
Also, where's Joker get this tracksuit from? Like, he's not... Ryuji has it from being on the track team past tense, I get that. Joker just... Oh, he's a phantom thief. Oh! Of tracksuits.
Just steal their clothes.
The lamest superhero ever.
I'm so glad that I never had to be on the receiving end of that bit. But have you ever seen people do that, like steal someone's clothes from them?
In the locker room?
Yeah, from the locker room.
Never IRL. I've only seen that in hilarious sitcoms.
Yeah, it is a good sitcom bit. It happened to my brother on his basketball team. He didn't get his stolen, he stole somebody else's.
If I was him, I simply would not have gotten my shit stolen.
See, that was what he told my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
It's a pretty good defense, honestly. Alright. We get to close. Nice.
And study. We're almost to the end of the chapter, after doing a whole lot of monotonous shit.
Yeah, welcome to Persona.
Yeah.
These gaps get longer.
It's just a commentary game, which... It's like, this game would be so much worse if we had to actively pay attention during all these null moments. It's just such a good commentary game.
Yeah, because, none of this really matters.
Like, we tell you what happens when it matters.
Like, yeah. This is all text that I skip for a reason. Mm-hmm. It's because I know games well enough. I know stories well enough to know that, like, they're not going to put any important info in this part because we've already done everything within the game's context, so they're not really allowed to, like... Like, we're in the filler arc right now of the game.
Let's go read. gamers.
Let's go work out at the library.
Oh, I'm so brave for studying in front of people.
Brave. Dude, okay, you know what was kind of brave that we never really brought up?
What?
Those kids that actually read Ellie's stupid poem after our
Oh yeah.
dude, like
Okay, let's talk about that.
3 or 4 people did that.
When we did Doki Doki Literature Club, and you know they make you make a poem.
Yeah.
Ellie's was just complete nonsense, as all of them
And
are.
not a single one of them will ever mean anything.
But some of the high school kids who have like you had to read poetry in your class, some of the kids took Ellie's poem and read it and was just like, it's abstract, it's interpretive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The teacher's like
Loved it.
the teachers have to. Like that's the thing. Like you're putting the teacher in the situation because they can't tell you it was bad.
Yeah,
That's just mean. You're taking a chance as a student.
I think it's so interesting because like critiquing poetry is so hard.
That's the best part too.
Yeah, because who are you to say that this art is bad? Like you can teach kids rhyme scheme, and because like poetry, so much of poetry is breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Because if a teacher comes at you and says, "Oh, your first line has 5 syllables and your second line has 6 syllables," you can come at them and say, "Oh, I did that to create
Yeah,
an element of discomfort."
Yeah, it's intentional.
Yeah.
Like
And you could be so valid in that.
Like-
Because all art is learning the rules so you can break them.
yeah. And the thing about like the poems specifically, like you learn them from English teachers, but oh shit.
Oh, she's coming at us.
Let's go.
Yeah, we can stop by.
Yeah. But your English teacher, I've learned with other English teachers.
Yeah.
No one likes poetry that teaches it. Like, unless you're in a college. Like, if you like poetry and you're teaching it, you're probably in a college.
Yeah, shit sounds hard, I'll be real.
It's not that bad. I don't mind poetry, but like,
No, like,
I'm in the vast minority by saying that.
Obviously, like, I love poetry. Like,
Yeah.
that was my shit. I was in, like, advanced English classes all through college and whatnot.
Yeah.
Or high school and college. But, oh my god, are we
Yeah.
about to duke with the boys? No.
We're gonna do. Oh damn.
But yes, it's just like, I get poetry. And because I was always a songwriter, so a lot of my poems I submitted in, like, classes and stuff are just songs, but I just took the music out and read them as spoken word.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy to me that like there was sometimes like my English teacher who I think was like fairly up on her high horse.
Yeah.
She is right, the kids are wrong, and I don't know. It was just like
Okay.
it was fine, but so many of the interactions were just kind of like. She was like, "Why did you do this?" And I was like, "This is why I did this." And she was like, "Oh, but you could have done this."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't like that as much because art is like the most subjective thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the teachers that understand that poetry is just supposed to be art.
Yeah.
Like, or not even teacher, like just anyone that understands that poetry is like
Yeah.
just a form of art.
There is no
If you
bad
don't
art.
like it, that's just a personal preference. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that it's objectively bad.
Same with content.
Yeah.
Our channel's not bad. You just think it's bad.
Yeah, exactly. This is good content.
To someone.
Yes, it's all subjective.
I think that's another thing. Like, some people come at me and they're like, "Hey, I don't think your content's funny." And I'm like, "That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Like,
Other people do." And like, I think that's the weirdest thing to try and dog people on. They're like, he's not funny. You're not funny. You don't make good content. And I'm like, that's okay. Plenty of people do think both of those things.
yeah, it's like regardless of if I think I'm funny or not,
Yeah.
someone does. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to keep speaking and
Yeah. I think it's so
fine.
weird when people try and like, not even like stuff for me. People would say to other YouTubers like, "Oh, he's a bad YouTuber because he's boring."
yeah,
Like-
no, it's like
Yeah. Like, I've seen so many YouTubers who I wholeheartedly believe make dog shit content, and I will never, like, criticize them. Like, I'm not saying never criticize them. It's just, like, who gives a shit what I think?
yeah, you're not going to voice the criticism. Like
Yeah.
you're going to criticize because you are a YouTuber and like
Yeah.
that's just you're going to view it. in
If
that
someone
way, but,
comes to me for criticism, I will be pretty brutally
Yeah.
harsh, and I think I'm really good at being harsh.
Hear it.
But the thing is, me as a YouTuber with like 2 million subs and like 400,000 followers on Twitter, if I want to like go on, oh okay,
you're not going to reply to some YouTube video and say, "Man, this content sucked."
yeah, because if I do that, that just spreads hate.
Yeah. Or like, but even like if you weren't Alpha Rad,
Yeah,
like if you were just, well, you know, Jimmy. That's
yeah. If I was
watching
little
this video.
Jimmy and I was watching the video, I might comment say I didn't like this.
Yeah.
But like if I'm Alpharad and I say, oh, I think this content's dog shit. All these other people are going to be like, yeah, I agree. I think that content's dog shit. And then that just brings hate to someone for no reason. Like, I have my opinions, and I'm just not going to voice the negative ones because, like, it just spreads hate. Like, I can dislike things, and I do dislike things.
Yeah.
I would even say I dislike a lot of things.
Oh, I dislike a lot.
But I'm not going to voice those opinions if I feel like it's only going to bring hate upon someone with no constructive criticism.
Yeah, and like...
I don't like to bring up issues if I can't provide a solution.
Yeah, I get that. And for me, a lot of the time for me, if I don't like something, I'm not going to voice it because I'm like... Well, I do voice a lot of things I don't like.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to like reply to somebody's video or something.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's like, I know that somebody does like it.
Yeah.
So I don't want the people that do want to defend that person to come after me.
I think it depends on like how passionate I like or dislike it. Because if it's like a political thing and I dislike this thing that's happening in America, I would probably comment on that.
Yeah.
But if it's like,
like,
really don't like that Elmo's letter of the day was H.
Oh,
I'm not going to comment Elmo.
I would for...
Yeah, for H is kind of like,
yeah.
That's a little much.
Yeah. But like, I guess so. If it's like someone's personalized content,
yeah,
it's a lot. There's no reason to. But if it's like something big, like The Office episode 4,
I think it depends on the
you can say, yeah, that
caliber
sucks.
of production.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Let's say I'm just gonna pick a YouTuber at random. Like, let's say Scott the Woz, for example.
Yeah,
I think he's a phenomenal YouTuber. And then I came out and I made a statement just talking about how he's constantly pushing the game.
Yeah.
I think Scott the Woz is a phenomenal YouTuber who is willing to spend time on bits that other YouTubers aren't, including myself.
Yeah.
There are several times I think of a bit and I say, too time consuming, not going to do it. And I think Scott is like, he goes that extra mile and I think it pays dividends.
Gotcha, okay.
But when I made that statement, so many people responded and they just criticized everything wrong with Scott's content, why it's not that good. And I was just like, why? This man, like, it wasn't even like they were saying I dislike it. It was like, this is bad, this is why.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why? How? It sounds like you're spending so much energy being negative. And I don't want it to sound, because like people might compare this to us talking about Paper Mario, the Origami King. And I just want to say how different that is talking about one man's personalized content and comparing it to a game made by a AAA studio, like a multi-billion-dollar company.
Like, Scott the Woz is very small compared to Paper Mario, and also like
he has 1 million subs,
By the way,
but he is just one
lot.
guy.
Yeah, that's not a lot in like compared to like how many like copies of any Nintendo games are gonna be sold.
Yeah. Think about how much money Scott has made from like his videos, and then think about how much money Nintendo has made. Period.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no,
there is a huge discrepancy there, and that's why like you got to support the smaller ones because like we're YouTubers, and at the end of the day, we're two guys.
Yeah.
And does that mean you should blindly believe everything we say? No. Does that mean you should blindly support everything we say? No. Does that mean we're immune from criticism? Absolutely not. It's just kind of like saying, just if you dislike the content, say you dislike the content and move on. Don't try and chastise us as people because you don't know us as people.
Yeah. Also, like if you're like with content specifically, like YouTube content, it is a person behind it, like editing it. Which Nintendo, while it is made up of people, it's still like a corporation, and it's a lot easier to criticize a corporation and be tasteful than it is to criticize a person and be tasteful.
Yeah, I agree. And like something else that I always think is that when people try and criticize people who don't like me, again, I am like so fine with people disliking me, disliking my content. I don't really care. Okay. But it's when they try and use my actions as Alpharad to predict my actions as Jacob.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just really strange.
Yeah, because there is a very big disconnect between like...
as you, one of my closest, most personal friends, you know that like Alpharad, I'll be honest, is way more arrogant and a little egotistical because I kind of like to lean into that for comedy because I think it's really funny to be arrogant and then be immediately humbled. I think that's just such a simple comedic formula that always pays off. Like if I go into something really confidently and lose, but it's funny.
Yeah.
So,
and like at the end of the day, it is like it's a performing job. It's like we're performers. Like not saying that this isn't real, but to a certain extent, it's not. Honestly, like there's a very real sense of like. I mean, it always comes back to Make Happy with Bo Burnham.
Yeah.
If you want to understand what we're talking about, just watch Make Happy. But at the end of the day, a lot of it is just like if we play up our personalities, because I feel like I'm a lot more energetic on the mic
Absolutely.
than I am.
You're a very shy, reserved person behind closed doors.
I haven't left my room for like 5 days straight. I think I've said hi to Jacob 3 days in a row.
Can vouch.
That's about it. But you know, I get in the mic. If I start streaming, I'm screaming. I'm like doing random things.
Like I can always tell when you're streaming because I can just hear you.
Yeah, like I don't even go up in octaves. I go up in like decibels. Like it's.
I definitely go up in
different.
octave.
Yeah, like it's both work.
Yeah.
But
and energy. Like my calm voice is very much more. Silent. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm out of tools.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like that for. Like that's just how it is for like all performers. Like you know, Little Z's how he is in his videos is probably not how he is in real life. Or like Brayden. Actually, Brayden's the same.
Brayden's pretty same.
Brayden's the exact same person.
I think Cade, like Ouija, I think he's the best example because his persona is so much more extreme than ours.
Yes.
I would like to say Joe Sniffy and Alpharad are exaggerated versions of Jacob and Joe.
Yeah.
But Ouija and Cade are two different people entirely.
It's Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus.
Absolutely.
It's like Cade is. He's so chaotic in his content, and then whenever you talk to him, he's just like
so kind.
Yeah, he's so gentle. I love Cade.
For his persona, he just likes stirring the pot.
Yeah, like whenever you'll be in a Discord call with Cade, and he'll be talking to you, asking about how your day is, and then we'll hit go live, play Overwatch, and he'll just be shit talking to other teams' moms.
Yeah,
while like, rushing
that was
down.
true. That did happen.
And like. The fact that he has that in him, I gotta appreciate.
And he's so fast. Like he's so fast at typing and shit talking while playing a game. It's crazy. Anyways, enough podcasting. We're finally at some gameplay or some commentary or dialogue.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna fast forward through this a little bit.
Yeah, you guys get it.
I really like the scene where you can just, again tell the main character.
Yeah, it's the big egg guy.
Or the crowd, the one with the red leggings.
Yeah, red leggings,
blonde hair,
the white hoodie actually sticking out.
The dramatic. Why is it so funny that he just stands in the doorway?
This looks so.
He said, "Mom didn't say it was my turn to play the Xbox.
Mom said it's my turn to come out for being a pedophile.
I have been reborn. That is why I will confess everything to you all." Like, here's the craziest thing. He really doesn't owe this to the school.
Yeah.
He can just be expelled and leave. Like, if we find out he's a pedophile, me, the principal, I'm going to be like, no, you don't get to come apologize.
I mean, I don't think that the principal... Does the principal know that he's about to confess?
I don't... Maybe not.
So I hope you guys
the principal has to have heard rumors, right? Because he just took 2 weeks off unannounced. I have repeatedly done things that were unbecoming of a teacher. Verbally abusing students, physically abusing my team, and sexually harassing female students. This is when you as a principal go, okay, into the other room, buddy.
Yeah, this is, we take him out. We say, maybe you shouldn't be in a room filled with children.
How do you get up there? That was fast. Principal's just kind of staring.
Well, at the end of the day, he is a gym teacher, so he's pretty quick.
You don't deserve to fucking cry.
School is my own castle.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you're in this position and you admit it, I don't give a shit about your atonement. Leave.
Yeah, just... If you are the bad guy, just be like, hey, I fucked up. My bad. If you have anything to say to me, you can come talk to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave and let you do your thing.
Yeah, so I guess this is kind of relevant. So let's address this and how I believe. Can people change? Can people be redeemed? And I have a very simple answer. Yes, I believe people can improve. I believe people can be redeemed, but they are not entitled to that right in the community that they wronged.
Yeah.
Like... So again, very relevant, and I'm not going to say anything beyond that, but Kamoshida, he is allowed, assuming he doesn't go to prison, and if he doesn't, he is considered lucky.
Yeah, like there should be repercussions regardless of if you are sorry or not, like there needs to be repercussions.
Tons of abuse, and even less, or I guess even more sexual abuse and sexual harassment, like you never get that to court, much less to prison. So it's very likely that he will never face prison. Of course, I don't know how the Japanese prison system works, but let's compare this to the prison system I do know. America.
Woo, terrible!
Yeah, it's very Yeah, what was On saying? You have no right to run from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I see where her anger is coming from, but I don't know why you wouldn't want him gone.
Yeah. I'm just.
Dude, if like I'm saying, if Kamoshida went straight to the courts and said I did these things, they would still be like, did you? Did you really?
Yeah, there's.
It's just hard to get these cases picked up in general.
As of today.
But I guess when you have like Phantom Thieves intervening in divine ways, it makes it a bit easier, right?
Yeah, whenever you are able to take away all forms of like blinding and just make them do like you make them feel guilty. It's like, oh yeah, you are a shitty person, but you know that's
Damn, the Phantom Thieves are real.
not really easy to do in real life.
But let's say Kamoshida wronged the school. I don't think he should ever be entitled to teach again or to be at this school.
I can promise you he would not be allowed to.
Yeah. But the thing is, he is entitled to improve as a person, grow, and go anywhere else in the world besides this school and teaching.
Yeah, actually just any type of field that involves children.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think people realize how good that is to get off with just finding another profession.
Oh, it happens too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Seems like
A lot of people.
Yeah.
You just,
was
but
this really for
I think that that's one thing that was like as terrible of a show as 13 Reasons Why is. Season 3 tries to explore that, like the question of can people be redeemed?
Yes.
But then they just kind of throw it all in the trash at the very end before they really come to an answer. They just kill the guy.
I think it was a good, like, I do think, can someone who did this awful act be redeemed? And I think it's like, it's a good message to try and send because people never really focus on that.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did it in the right way because if you don't know, 13 Reasons Why is ultimately about a rapist who gets off scot-free and then they acknowledge how many sexual assault cases just get off scot-free.
Yeah.
And you're like, huh, that was a good message to send that. And then in season 3, they kill him off abruptly for no reason. And then they try to redeem him through flashbacks of how he's grown as a person.
Yeah, his final moments, he was becoming a good person again. But the issue kind of comes back into what you're saying about, like, because he realizes, man, I was a terrible person. And then he keeps going back to try to fix everything.
Yeah.
And going back into that community and trying to fix everything.
Yeah, that's
like,
the issue.
You don't deserve it.
Like, he wasn't trying to grow. He was trying to prove to other people that he's grown.
Yeah.
And this time, less than a year has passed.
Yeah, and like that's just no.
And you're in the same or different high school, but like I just
if you mess something up, you know, give it a long time.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking years,
I don't think
if ever, honestly.
if people want an apology, they will come to you. I
Yeah.
don't think you should. I don't. Actually, I disagree with that.
Yeah.
Retcon that because I think like you should do an apology.
Give an apology, then just walk away. Though,
Yeah, you shouldn't.
if they want to follow up, it's on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you should send it. You should never send a second one because people might see it, accept it, and say, "Nope, don't want to converse with this person."
Yeah, like people have every right to like not want to talk to you, even like you haven't done something terrible as a person. Like you can be a good person.
On much smaller social issues between friends. Like, I'm a human. I have done shitty things to my friends on accident.
Yeah.
But because I did them on accident, it does not make them any better or worse.
Yeah, like you should still acknowledge that type
The
of
only difference is that I was negligent of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like-
impact is still the exact same because it's all about intent versus impact, and I feel like we talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
Which it doesn't matter what you meant to do; all that matters is how the person took it.
Yeah, but I mean like if it's something small, you can kind of just be like, oh man, I didn't realize that this was a fuck
Yeah.
up. I'll just not do it again because a lot of things are as simple as okay, I can just not say these things to you. Like
Yeah.
it's not that big of a
I had
deal.
one situation with a friend when like the interaction was like I didn't think that was such a big of a deal, but it did impact them. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. And
Yeah.
then like they took 6 months from not talking to me, and then we made up, and everything was fine. But I feel like if I constantly pressed them for an apology
Yeah, if
to
you-
accept it, I don't think we would be friends now.
If you're overdoing it,
Yeah.
I feel like look at it like after a breakup. Honestly, like
Yeah.
if you get dumped, you don't want to like just keep asking them or like
Hey, can we
if
be
you
friends?
dump somebody.
Yeah.
Like if you dump somebody, you don't want to keep asking, "Are you still okay?"
Are you mad at me?
You're like, "Are we still friends?" Like,
Yeah.
like both sides just go separate ways for a little bit and then converge down the road.
Yeah.
I think revenge
But-
is better served if I'm
Because my ex did that with me like a couple years ago. Like she dumped me, I was cool with it, but then like she kept talking to me like every day. I'm like, look,
Yeah.
no, like just. And now her and I just like I can't talk to her.
but you could have if she gave you
Yeah,
time.
like, you know.
It is sad because you can definitely have friendships that are like redeemable on a timeline, and then if you press it too much, you can just damage that friendship forever.
Yeah, and it sucks. Like, that's just part of getting older, though, I think.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it to people for sure, and I've had people do it to me.
Yeah.
It's
So
just-
is
it's just
life.
Yeah. Like,
I think
Close to physical
me
cycle.
as someone who's 24 and probably older than not everyone watching this, but a large amount of people watching this.
yeah, I'd say like 80 probably.
Yeah.
100% minimum.
I think the best thing I could ever give you, just advice for growing as a human being, is to realize that it is okay to do bad things
Makes sense.
if, like, you grow from them. Because I don't want to say, like, bad things include sexual assault, like stuff like
Yeah.
that, or domestic abuse, because that's not what I'm talking
That's
about.
a very bad things. We're talking
I'm
like, you know,
saying, like, you forgot to show up to your friend's graduation.
you make a joke to them that offended them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, you can even take it a step further and say, oh, you hooked up with your friend's ex? Ooh, that's bad. Because I've seen a lot of people and they're like, oh, he doesn't own her. That's not his property. But I'm like, oh, that's still emotional damage.
Yeah, I know. Like, there isn't like an emotional attachment.
Yeah,
to
it's not like a property thing or something like that. He doesn't possess people dating her. It's just more so like, oh, this guy is still grieving over this girl, and then you his friend, do that. Because
Yeah.
I've seen so many people do that, and that's just crazy to me.
No, I've definitely seen so many people just
Yeah.
one friend gets dumped, and then the other friend just swoops in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I'm taking.
I feel like that is absolutely valid to get pissed off over.
Yeah, I think it's
honestly.
valid to get pissed off, and the thing is, if that happens, you should just distance yourself, and then things will heal eventually.
Yeah, like, you know, things will be fine eventually.
Yeah.
Give people time to like.
Discussions among
If you can get people who time to forget about you for a little bit,
Yeah.
they'll eventually just kind of realize, okay, yeah, I don't need to be mad anymore.
Yeah,
There's
like,
somewhere I wanna go.
one of my friends dated my ex, and then while they dated, him and I straight up weren't friends, and he was kind of trying to be like, oh no, I'm sure we can still be friends, and I was like, we won't be friends, and that's okay.
Yeah. No, like, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, I was like, he tried to tell me like we would be friends. I was like, no, we won't. I know we won't, because I don't have a problem with it. But I know how these things work. We won't be friends. And then eventually they broke up, and now wow, me and him are friends again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'll leave it
Yeah.
to
That's just how it works. That is life. That's ebb and flow of life. Sometimes your friends.
but what I was trying to say is that
leave that to us.
if you do a bad thing, the absolute best thing you can do is hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
Just say, yeah, I did do a bad, and then just atone for it. Doesn't mean you make it up to the person directly. It just kind of means you admit it, you grow from it, you move on.
Yeah. I think dropping it and moving on is honestly like very important.
Yeah. I think it depends on like why you're trying to grow. Do you agree that the thing you did was bad and you want to improve from it? Or do you want to prove to the person you hurt that you are trying to improve? Because I think if you're trying to prove to people that you're growing, you're not growing.
Yeah. Which I do think that there is a little bit of an element of you still want the validation of I am
course.
becoming a better person.
I don't think it's wrong to prove to people that you improved, as long as that's not the reason you are improving.
Yeah.
And that's a very fine line, because that's an action speak louder than words kind of
Yeah.
interaction.
But you know, it does come down. It comes down to the moral question of if somebody's being nice just the way the other people think that they're nice.
Yeah.
Like if they're a mean-hearted person, but they're just fake being nice, so people like them. Are they still truly nice or not? You know, at the end of the day, it's like I don't know. It's a weird question.
Yeah, dude, I will say, like, I went to one. I'm gonna give as few details to this as possible because I don't want to out this person.
Yeah.
But there was one time where I went to a sponsored event for YouTubers,
Yeah.
and this was when I was like pretty small, so I was definitely like the smallest one there.
Okay.
And all these people were on this. Also, I want to say this wasn't like a Smash thing. This was like a completely separate thing, and there was like no footage of it.
This was YouTuber Con.
Yeah, it was like a private YouTubers event to play this game early, and we didn't even record footage. It was just to play early. And I met people there, and I was like trying to just talk to people because I was like, I've never been around YouTubers before. This is a big deal for me.
Yeah.
And Fio was there with me, and she, you know, someone mentioned cats, and Fio immediately lights up in her fucking seat.
Yeah.
Goes, oh, I have a cat. I have a smush face named Fraser, and then immediately showed a picture.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, oh yeah, I have a cat, but like I don't give a shit about it. It's just there for like the views. People love that cat.
Oh,
And I was like, what the fuck?
that's something that like I've joked about, but I fucking love my cat.
Yeah,
Like,
same. And I was just like, what the fuck? And then they were all pulling out like different pairs of Yeezys out of their backpacks. to
Oh my
compare
god, what?
With like who had like the best pair. And I was like, what the fuck?
What the hell, dude?
And then they like, I was just like confused and staring at them. And someone was like, you got any Yeezys? And I was like, no.
Bro, I ordered Postmates last week and felt like I was living the YouTuber life.
And they said like, how many subs you got? And I was like 250,000. They go, oh, that explains it.
Oh,
I was like,
fuck.
what the fuck? I wasn't even insulted by it. I was just like genuinely shocked. I was like, what the fuck? That was so weird.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
I would like to say I did meet some cool people at that event.
yeah, but that
Yeah.
cult-like experience from
Yeah.
it though is important.
Yeah. And I'm saying like these people who I recognize or like who did these like shitty things in front of me, I was like, I straight up don't know their names anymore.
Damn.
Yeah, there was one guy who was like bragging about
Sure to do the dishes.
being at conventions and watching the minors get drunk. Be like, they don't even know how to handle alcohol. And I was just like, that's not something to brag about.
Yeah, that's not a funny thing, really.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was weird.
Yeah.
Because it was all one of those things. Because you've seen a lot of actors, you know, they get into it and they're like, oh, wow, being a child actor is really weird because there's so much like pedophilic activity in the celebrity community.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of children actors leave altogether after seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah. And that's kind of like how I felt. I was like, are all YouTubers like this?
Yeah.
But as I have become a YouTuber more and more, you become very good at having a bullshit radar.
Where do you attend?
And I'm really good at meeting new people and immediately like saying, why are they talking to me?
Yeah.
Someone I know goes there as
No,
well.
that
I've heard that
that's
things
the
are-
one nice thing about
teacher named
my
Kamoshi that
spot in the
confessed his
YouTube
crimes
light
when he was
is
a
that I'm
kid.
kind of like,
All of- in a person's
my name's not really
mental
tight
state
anything.
changes
Yeah.
So if I'm meeting the people that like the bullshit don't really come to me that often.
Yeah.
I can kind of just like sit in the back of the cafeteria and just kind of like sit at my table, and you know I'm fine.
All right,
But-
you know someplace that'll buy it all.
I don't look forward to having to meet those types of people. So I know it will have to happen at some point.
Wait, now we gotta sell the metal real quick.
God.
Wait, why would we go? Why can't we just go? Oh, probably I have to play a cutscene. Wait, is it 5-2? Oh, gamble?
Gamble?
No time for
No.
detours.
Boo! There's always time to gamble, kids. Don't actually follow that advice.
Yeah, that's not good advice.
Yeah. But whenever you turn 21 and you can legally go to casino and you have like $10
Or 18, depending
Yeah.
on where you're at.
18. If you are in a financially responsible position, hit the slots. No, don't hit the slots. Play
Yeah.
blackjack. If you do want to actually go to the casino, blackjack is like the easiest way to like make money without learning a game.
Yeah, blackjack's.
Because
Yeah.
slots are very rigged against you.
Like if you're playing blackjack, you just have to aim between like 17 and 21.
Yeah. Poker is the best way to make money because that is the one with like, you're not playing against the house, you're playing against other people.
Yeah.
So it's just strategy and like basic luck. But that takes so much studying. Blackjack is like, what's 10 plus 6?
More important.
And that's it.
Well,
Are you actually asking me?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was just an example.
Oh no, that's just that's what blackjack.
So like
math
moving
is.
on, so we sold the metal and he just gave us a gun.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I want a gun.